What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another War Within video. Hope you're all doing very, very well. We're waiting for maintenance right now, which is why I have the Wowhead build up right now. We are currently waiting for the servers to come back online, so I can't show you my character in game. But we're going to talk about this plus 11 Arakara that I did. It's the first one that I've done. Very excited about it. This is the build that I'm running. It's the Stormbringer build. I will tell you, I'm 618 item level right now on my Ellie Shaman. And my stats for my Ellie Shaman, I'll show you on screen in a minute. But here's my build. Generally speaking, it stayed the same. And for Arakara in particular, you want to make sure you grab Poison Cleanse Totem for the final boss fight. Very, very important. It doesn't like... You can get by without it, but the final boss... It's really good to have Poison Cleanse Totem, and even earlier in the dungeon, at the very beginning of the dungeon, it's good to have Poison Cleanse Totem as well. So huge resource you can bring to your team. I would make sure you definitely bring it on your Ellie Shaman. Otherwise, this is the build that I'm running. I've got extra elemental duration here because I've got the extra elemental from Echo of the Elementals. I've got my Super Storm elemental down here with Prime Elementalist, and then just over here on Storm's Frenzy. So I don't grab things like Thunderstrike Ward or Earth and Rage. I'm focusing more on my elemental damage and on the cast speed from Storm Frenzy, stuff like that. Otherwise, the rest of the build is pretty standard. Aftershock is maybe the biggest thing that I take that some other Ellie Shamans don't take. I think this is an incredibly strong talent. When you get resets on your Earthquake or your Earth Shock, it is game changing. Like, it is so incredibly good. Also, it synergizes really well with the Stormkeeper build because Tempest requires you to spend Maelstrom. So if you get a reset on your spender and you can spend it again and you've refunded all that Maelstrom, you can just keep spending and spending and spending. It's like you get to your next Tempest a lot quicker than normal, in my opinion. Okay? There's the build. Let's dive into the video. You can see my stats once again in the bottom left side of the screen there, right next to my camera here. Actually, my crit is 20, almost 25. My haste is 25.5. My mastery is 26.3. My versatility is only 4%. So those are my stats. That's with a haste flask. I do have a haste flask running, and yeah, that's the build. Now this first pull is usually pretty gigantic. However, Lynx is going to stop right about here, and just sometimes you can pull all the way to the mini boss and then you would bloodlust this. I'm actually talking to a stereo right now in the game being like, hey, are we supposed to bloodlust this? Should we bloodlust this? And he's like, yeah, I think so, but it's kind of too late at this point and we weren't really sure. I wasn't sure, but in reality, I think I should have definitely bloodlusted this. Yeah, so just a note for the future, when you get to the higher level keys, these mobs last for so long that the time between now and when we get to the first boss, which is where we would want to actually use Bloodlust, that time is like 6 minutes or something. Like, we'll count it down here because we started at what, 30? Just back it up really quick. We started at 30. Yeah, 29:59. So 30 minutes, and we're gonna pull through this. We're gonna push through these first couple packs. These first couple packs are just lots of AoE damage. I will say once again, Poison Cleanse Totem is good here. You can see two of us have poison dots right now. One of these mobs just does a little spit. I think it's the guys that do Web Bolt. They also do a little spit. No, sorry, Venom Spit just happened right there. So it's on a stereo right now. So I'm actually not even using the Poison Cleanse right now because I'm an idiot and I forgot that it was happening. But that's why you should bring it, not only for the final boss, but for these opening packs as well. So we blow up these packs, then you have to kill each of the little mini bosses in here. These guys are very dangerous. This guy just does a frontal, which is less dangerous, and then the fear cast. He has a fear cast, so make sure you get that fear cast. He does Web Bolt for a little while, and then he'll start doing Horrifying Shrill. It's hard to see it right there, but it's right up at the top there, and that has to get kicked by somebody, or else you're all going to be feared. So that's the first mini boss. The second mini boss, he does pulsing AoE damage, so we're going to kill all these ads first. I hate these Toxic Rupture guys. They're really annoying. They run around and they wait to like explode. You can actually stun them out of it, and then you can slow them and stuff, but they're just really, really annoying in general. Okay, here comes the second mini boss right now. Call of the Brood is AoE pulsing damage, so use a defensive there, be ready to go, and that's about it for that one. He also does Web Spray, but his special ability is the pulsing damage. Here's the third one. His special ability is a single target poison spit that he does at somebody. So it's right. He does web spray. Like they all do web spray, right? And then he does poison bolt. Another reason to have poison cleanse totem, by the way, because if it goes on somebody, you can actually just drop it, which I did right there. It goes on the warrior, and then I just drop it with poison cleanse totem. Boom, there you go. So finally, I do something right. Good job, Zuko. Here's the boss fight. We saved Bloodlust for this. Again, we're at 22. Let's call it 23 minutes. It's been 7 minutes since we could have bloodlusted at the beginning. More like 6.5 minutes, but you see my point. We could have bloodlusted 6.5 minutes ago. Yes, we wouldn't have it for this boss, but we get more bloodlusts in the course of the key. So that's definitely what we should have done. That was a big mistake there on my part. So just learn that lesson from me, okay? Pulsing damage at the beginning of this fight. This is a very difficult fight, to be honest, but Alerting Shrill does pulsing damage. So here we go. I dropped my totem. That was my bulwark totem. I barely took any damage, right? There you go. And then the best part about Ellie Shaman, in my opinion, is our burst AoE. Watch these guys die. It's just like Fury Warrior. I know Fury Warrior is getting nerfed a little bit, and people are really sad about it, but that's a topic for another time. I don't think it's actually that bad of a nerf. The point is we have a similar DPS profile. Our burst AoE damage with things like our Liquid Magma Totem plus Stormkeeper plus like a Tempest proc is crazy. It's crazy strong. So that's kind of what you want to be doing on this fight as an Ellie Shaman. Don't worry so much about the single target damage. Don't worry if you're getting blasted on the meters like we're getting blasted right now by Asterial. Just do your job. Blow up these ads so that everybody else can get back to the boss. Okay, that's what you need to be doing. And that's what I end up doing here along with the mage. That's basically what our main job is. And Asterial is just pumping the boss with all of his laser beams. Look at him go. Look at him go. He's doing crazy damage there, and that's good. Again, remember, when you get to these higher keys, I mean, this should apply all the time, but I know a lot of like pug players and some people in general just have big egos I mean, at any level of this game, but you need to just drop your ego, man. Just stop it. Completely drop your ego. Remember what your job is on this fight. Your job as the Ellie Shaman is to do burst AoE damage onto the ads. That is what you need to be doing, okay? If you do that, you'll be much more successful. Now, here I thought, oh shoot, we're just gonna train down the boss and we're gonna freeze the mobs, and that was the plan, but then I started shooting them with laser beams and lightning beams, sorry, and that was the end of that noise. So I kind of messed up the plan. To be honest, we were pugging. We pugged the healer and the mage here, so I don't know. We weren't on comms with them, of course. We didn't know anything, so it doesn't matter. We're good. There's another set of ads that are going to spawn right here. We have to be really careful about that. But by the time they spawn, Lynx is able to move the boss over here, and then I stunned them with Cap Totem, and then we just kill the boss. So it's all good. Okay? That's that boss. Remember, your burst AoE profile is massive. Don't get it mixed up. Don't be thinking that you got to somehow try and top the meters there. It doesn't matter. As long as you kill the boss, nothing else really matters, okay? These packs in here, we're going to group them up and kill them. Nothing too crazy going on. More web bolts and more poison guys. Trying to do Revolting Volley. Revolting Volley is an important kick. You should definitely get it. If it goes off, you can use Poison Cleanse Totem to get rid of it. Just remember that. So if a Revolting Volley does happen to go off, it's okay. You can get rid of it with that Poison Cleanse because Shaman's the best, aren't they? We are definitely the best, I think. There's double Revolting Volley, very dangerous. I'm just going to Cap Totem to get rid of it. And then one important thing to remember in this section, I mean in general, but this Tempest build, this Stormbringer build really gives you a low cooldown kick. To be honest, both of the Shaman builds cast enough lightning spells that you have a low cooldown kick, but I would give the edge to this build over the Farseer build because this build, you're casting Chain Lightning and Lightning Bolt just all the time, literally all the time. And that's reducing the cooldown of everything in your arsenal. Until we get to 11.0.5, we're getting cooldown reduction on our kick, on our defensives, on everything. So watch my kick cooldown right now. I'm going to press my kick right now. Okay, here we go. There we go. 12-second cooldown. Watch it go down. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back. So every lightning spell that you cast, it's back. It means that instead of having a 12-second cooldown, which is already the best kick in the game, you have like an 8-second, a 7-second cooldown, realistically, which is bonkers. It's really good. It's going to help you in these kinds of situations where you need to be kicking things like Revolting Volley and Web Bolt. Now, the alarm guys, the alarm shrill guys need to be dealt with. And for me, I took it upon myself to deal with them. I cap totem this guy. It's going to go off again. And then I'm going to just kill him. I'm training him down, prioritizing him. And now I'm knocking everybody up, which stops him from doing his alarm once again. And then boom, now he's dead. So you need to have a plan for what you're going to do with the alarm guys. Remember, as a shaman, you have so much utility to help out with that. Who else here can help out with that? Yes, the warrior could shockwave, and the paladin could do his hammer of justice, right? He could hodge it. That is something you could do, but in reality, those are good options. Maybe they were on cooldown. It doesn't matter. As the shaman in here, you can take it upon yourself to just say, hey, I see the alarm bot. I'm going to get the alarm bot. That's my job. I'm doing big damage, of course. We're always trying to do big damage, but I see the alarm bot. I see him channeling. I'm going to stun him. Then I'm going to wait for a little bit. Now I'm going to knock him up. And then we're going to wait for a little bit. And maybe somebody else can contribute after that. But you can really... it's just a huge deal, in my opinion. It's a really, really big deal. There's a Storm Bolt on one of them. And now I'm kind of focusing up. There's the Hodge on the other one. So those other CCs are down. Now it's my turn, okay? I got my Cap Totem coming back. I have my knock up first. I'm going to knock them up right now. Both alarms get interrupted, and by the time they're back, they're dead. So again, I'm just trying to say, have a plan. Try to think about this. If you're plugging into a key as a shaman, just take it upon yourself, guys, to make the difference for your team. Make the difference so that everybody on your team doesn't even have to worry about it. They can just progress. They can just do lots of damage. You can be that X factor that helps you time these keys if you've been struggling to try and time them. I promise you, when you get to the higher level keys, it is mandatory. It becomes mandatory that you do this stuff. It's not just about doing damage. It's about kicking. It's about CC. It's about healing yourself, using your defenses at the right time. There's so many of these other factors that are way more important than just dealing damage, okay? Okay, here comes the burrow charge. I want to talk about the burrow charge really quickly on this boss. Asterial is in a good position for the burrow charge. Initially, when I did this boss like weeks ago, I thought you needed to be next to a wall to try and like reduce the length of the burrow charge so that it was over quicker. But now, what I understand is that if you're standing next to a wall and he's going to hit you with the first part of the burrow charge, the charge portion of it, and then he'll hit the wall and he'll hit you again and you'll die. So if you're, instead of being close to the wall, you want to be closer to the middle of the arena, in my opinion, so that you can dodge that charge. Now, if you're somebody that has a dash or a blink or any sort of teleport, you're basically fine. But for everybody else, you're not. So Asterial's going to get hit in the air here. And then the boss is going to hit the wall, and Asterial does not get hit twice. He only gets hit once. That's really important. So if you've been dying to the charge from this boss, now you know why. You want to be in the middle of the room. Don't be near the side of the room where you can get hit twice by that secondary effect, okay? Then you want your tank to throw the impales to the right side of the circle so that everybody else can walk to the left side, so that you don't get this weird situation where like there's an impale going down the middle of the circle and then the circle is also moving and you're stuck on this side and you're going to get cut off. You're going to get forced into the bad stuff, which you don't want to have happen. So always have your tank shooting the impale outside of the ring, which is basically to the right of the ring at all times as the ring moves to the left, because it always seems to move to the left, okay? So that's the strategy there for the tank. And then you rinse and repeat, and make sure you're kicking the ads, of course. The ads are very, very important here. They need to die. Okay? That's that entire fight. Rinse and repeat. It takes a long time on a plus 11 because we have tyrannical and fortified, of course, right? Okay, we're heading into the last section with 12 minutes. That is actually a ton of time. We're doing really well. And we're going to pull the overseer here. Now, these winged guys are really annoying. They will randomly jump on somebody here. Watch this. They're going to jump on the mage, and he ends up dying, even through his cauterize, which is kind of annoying. But I'm not entirely sure how to prevent them from all jumping onto the exact same target. I don't really know. Maybe that just isn't preventable. I'd love to hear what you guys think about that. I did stun them right away, right after the mage died, but it was too late. So I don't really know. I'm not sure what the answer is to that. If they all charge the exact same person, I feel like you're kind of just dead. So I'll have to figure out a better strat for that. Maybe I can knock them up like mid dash. I can use Thunderstorm and knock them in the air like mid dash. Maybe that could be the play. We'll have to work on that. We're just going to go down the middle. I do think that there is a world where you might want to go down one of the sides, but that's a conversation for another video probably. I don't think you need to have really well coordinated kicks to deal with the guys on the side because they cast some really dangerous spells. The middle is just kind of like easy, except that you have to do this single target fight with this big guy here, the Nerubian Hauler. He's really annoying. And every time he does this massive slam, which just happened right there, we get a stacking debuff that gets put on us. And that stacking debuff makes us take more damage from the next slam. So, sorry, he has a stacking buff. It's on his buff bar right here. So they'll watch this. His second massive slam, he's going to get a 2 here. There we go. So every time he does a massive slam, it's going to do more and more damage each time he does it. Here's the third one here. Watch how much health we lose. About half our health on that third one. And then here comes the fourth one. Okay. And we used defensives that time in order to not die. Here comes the fifth one. And that was doing a lot more damage. I was at, you know, 25, 30% of my health there. So there's a time limit on how long you have to kill that guy. And also he requires really good single target damage, which like a lot of groups just lack single target damage over AoE damage. Let's be real. Most groups have really good AoE damage for the most part, and then they are often lacking single target damage because people just want to blast, right? And I understand that, and that's okay, but you need to have a team that can do really good single target damage if you want to go down the middle of this room, because you're going to encounter that big Nerubian guy. You need to have a plan for that, or else you're going to be in trouble. Speaking of plans, on this boss fight, I think it's critical that the ranged players in particular spread out around the room. I would do like a half moon crescent right here, where like somebody's here, somebody's in the middle, and somebody's here, and then the tank will be up here with whatever melee, in this case, the Holy Pally. When you start putting down the puddles, you all have your own zone that you're going to, so that the puddles are in each of those zones, and you can go get your own puddle, and you're not going to run off into somebody else's puddle, because if that happens, you can have a real problem on your hands. Somebody will very likely die. Poison Cleanse Totem is really good here. Once again, this is one of the main reasons for running it. You take Poison Cleanse Totem, you can knock off those poisons. It's really, really powerful so that the ticking damage stops. I've got some puddles going for me right now. The mage doesn't have any puddles right now, unfortunately. Now there, he's going to get this one right here. Oh, he actually just alters time. Watch what the mage does here. He alter times right here. He's on the left side of your screen. He's going to get sucked in right now. Getting sucked. He's in the middle, and then he teleports back with alter time. Or just blink, I think. I think he blinked and then altered. Isn't that crazy? That was kind of psychotic. So hopefully, I don't think he does that every single time, but that was really cool that he was able to pull that off. Second round of poisons. I don't have Poison Cleanse ready to go. Oh, no, I did actually, so I got rid of it. Never mind. We did. You have Poison Cleanse Totem up for almost all of them, to be honest. I almost got hit there by poisons. And then, you know, this fight, you basically just want to, like, chill out on this fight and do it slow and methodically, you know? Kill these ads, drop the puddles, get rid of poison cleanses and stuff. I have a racial here to get rid of mine. Be very careful where you're sending those poison puddles. Don't kill any of your teammates. When the time is right, get in the root. Just chill on this fight, guys. There's no rush. It takes a long time, and that's okay. You just have to play it step by step, and eventually you'll get to the end and you will kill it. It's just a frustrating fight because it's dangerous and you want to get out of it as quickly as possible, but the reality is it's just going to take a lot of time to get through the HP bar on this boss, and you're going to have to just do it as it's going to be slow. That's what I'm trying to say. I think Asterio got wrecked by the Paladin or something. He, like, stole his puddle on the other side. No big deal. Okay. We're losing a lot of health here. It's okay. I'm pop AG to heal people. So try to heal people with Ancestral Guidance. We're good. Everybody's good. We're getting the boss down. We're getting the boss down. One more set of waves. And then the boss will die on this Cosmic Singularity cast right here. And that's the dungeon. We had 4 minutes and 25 seconds left. 4:25 left on the timer. Pretty insane, actually. And we got a portal, which is nice. I got 37 rating, which is even better in my opinion. Nobody got a sack brood, but that's okay. It was an awesome key. My overall was 1.4 million, and I'll look at the actual numbers here. in a second. 1.4 million overall. There's the overall actual abilities. Chain Lightning, Earthquake, Lightning Rod, Tempest. Those are your top 4 once again. I think it's always pretty similar, but I hope that helps you guys understand that's a higher level Arakara. You know, people right now, the best teams in the world right now are doing like plus 13s. That's a plus 11. That's pretty good. We pugged a couple players as well. So if you're looking to do these higher keys, these are some tips and tricks for you to be able to try it. And I want you guys to be doing better and better every day if you can in these keys. So I hope this helps you. If you have any questions at all, let me know in the comments down below. Any questions about my build, any questions about Ellie Shaman in general, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to answer all of them for you. That's an Arakara plus 11. And yeah, we had a lot of fun. So thank you so much again for watching. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one.